Why, hello there, everyone. It's Tuesday. It's August 16th, 2022. We're going to talk about football. It is the how to update the NFL algorithm step two video. This is an interesting video for a few reasons. I've already done a run through about teaching how to do what we're going to talk about. But basically, we're really going to focus on players and what team they are on. Because at this point in the preseason, there are cuts, there are changes, and keeping track of that is actually a really complicated enterprise. This is really what database management is. Databases are collections of information, strings of data. And when they fluctuate randomly, like somebody going to a different team for no reason, you need to be able to keep track of that as fast as you can. So let me talk about what I've done here to make this as easy as possible, because Rotowire, a fantastic resource. I subscribe to them. I recommend that you do as well to get access to their statistics and what they keep track of. They keep projections of players, and they also try to keep the current team of the player as fast as they can get it in here and change it. They're gonna put the player on the correct team. So we can get basically a database from Rotowire by exporting their projections Excel right here. Excel, this is the NFL projections for the season. When we do that, we need to compare it to our current list of players. Gold list player name is what I'm calling what we consider to be the player's name in our database is this right here. And this is our collection of players. It is 728 people long right now. It's not everybody. I'm sure I don't have rookies in here, because anybody that played in the preseason that's a rookie this year, I don't see how they could be in here. So we're missing a ton of people already. But this is the list we need to be using, and we need to be adding to, and we need to be making our database. That list of player name has a team associated with it. Here's the team, or a free agent status, or retired status oftentimes. Well, we now have this list that is coming in as frequently as you want to bring in this export list from Rotowire, this one from the projections, which is under projections full season, I believe, right? And they also have weeklies, which we could also look at. So they've got, I don't know if they have rookies in here or not. They might. We're going to talk about that a little later in this video. But we have a new team essentially, or a team that is coming off that list. So I wrote a formula here to look for the name on the list and return the team that is there. And if it cannot find the name on the list, like Andy Isabella, for example, is not on their new list, Rotowire says that he is still on the Arizona Cardinals, but he doesn't have any projections in their list. So is he playing? Is he there? Is he not there? Is he retired? Is he a free agent? I don't think he's a free agent. I think he's on the Cardinals. The question is, why doesn't he have projections? I don't know. But we still put him on the Cardinals because he's still there. So the formula does that, is it basically looks for the new team. Well, every time you re-import this projections file, you might get a different team if the player got traded. So that's what this formula is for team change. Team change is looking to see if the team of old and the team of new are different. Okay, well, where does that happen? As we scroll down, we see there was a team change with Greg Zuerlein. He was a free agent. He became a New York Jets kicker. So we need to change him to New York Jets and get this formula to go away. And before I'm going to do everyone, I'm going to show you what a pivot table looks like of this to see who has changed in the last week. Well, let's do that. Player change pivot is right here. Let's refresh this thing and click team change. Guess what? These are the players. Austin Siebert got signed by the Lions. Brett Maher got signed by Dallas. Chris, James, Malcolm, Ray all became free agents. Ryan Santoso, kicker, became a Jacksonville kicker. Tristan Vizcaino became a New England kicker. Fantastic. It's awesome to keep track of it this way. Well, let's go back, right? And we're going to find all those guys and we're going to change them. Because all we have to do is override our current team name. All right. So you would go through this process every time you re-imported that whole thing over here, the projections from Rotowires. You would scroll down and you would do this. Free agent, which we call free agent. I believe we spell it out. But then we would have to, well, actually call it FA because then it'll go away from the team change formula. So call it free agent or FA, I guess, are interchangeable here. FA. Almost done. FA. And we could just put a filter on this and look at them real quickly, but I like scrolling. It's kind of nice to see how many of the players, per player we look at have actually moved at this point in the season. All right, I think that's getting close. Dallas, Brent Moore. And the last one, whatever. All right, so let's go back and make sure that we got everybody by going to the player change pivot. And they're all gone. There's no more team changes. That's a semi-highlighted thing here. So we've fixed it. So now what? Now we go to our projections pivot sheet. This is our database of players and our calculations of what their contribution is. So we're going to refresh this. Things are moving a little slow because we're recording at the same time and the computer's hogged up on resources. And it does take some resources here. So we've got a refresh here. We're going through the players for NFL. So I made the change. Yeah, we were talking about this before. We're here with Baby Sprouts. Yeah, over there. So we fixed everybody here. So now we need to look at the projection pivot and see where there are still problems. For example, there are problems when a team does not have a kicker. Right here. The New Orleans Saints do not have a kicker. Cleveland Browns do not have a kicker, and the Green Bay Packers do not have a kicker. Well, why is that? What happened? I don't know. And I guess you can look at depth charts, right? Okay, let's look at kicker projections and see if any of those teams have kickers on here. Green Bay, I don't see. Cleveland has a kicker, Cade York. So Cade York maybe doesn't have any stats from last year. It might be a new player, and that might be a problem. So I'm going to add Cade York, see if that name exists. No, Cade York existed here already. Interesting. Cade York is there. Oh, no, Cade York is okay. Wow, now we got it. Okay, one more formula we need to do. Watch this. Sorry, this is what I said we were going to do in the video. I should have done this before the video, but this is great to go through this exercise right now. So we've checked to see if our gold list team, our database, has a team in the database from Rotowire. What we haven't done is check to see if the database from Rotowire exists in our main database. So let's do that right now. Let's look up Amir Abdullah and say, does Amir Abdullah appear here? That's what the speed lookup formula does. If his name appears here, then it's going to pop up. If it doesn't appear, you're going to get an error. And everybody who's an error needs to get added to this list. And so I'm going to do that in the subsequent video for tomorrow. We can do it right now. No, I'm not going to do it. So those who want to see projections and stuff, you can purchase a copy of this because as you can see, we're doing work here. And it's work, and that's why I charge for it. And I keep raising the price. So if you're interested in getting this, you should buy it now because it's $250 for the season now. It's going to be $500 for the season by the season starting in September. So if you're interested in buying stuff, you should do it now because this is the best thing ever created when it comes to predicting football games, just like every other algorithm I do, which the odds makers adopt and start using because they're the most predictive models ever created. So if you want to get in on it now, go ahead and purchase it. Otherwise, just wait for me to post a video whenever I feel like it, because I'm not even betting on these games and I'm just doing it for people who pay me. So you kind of have to pay me to get in on this. All right. So good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning. I'm going to do more database management. This has been how-to tutorial number 2. You can get a copy of this file for $50. And if you like Excel and want to learn how to program, you don't need to pay me ever again. And you can update this thing completely throughout the season. So think about that also. All right. Good luck, everybody. May all your picks be winning.